So, einen wundervollen guten Abend. Ich hoffe, jedem von euch geht es gut. Ich bin seit Wochen gehypt auf diesen Call, denn Mr. Charly del Sol ist für mich eine absolute Inspiration. Der ist für mich ein absolut krasser Typ. Ich will euch einfach nur ganz kurz zeigen, nur etwas ganz kurz zeigen, weil der Typ ist für mich der Hammer. Ich teile dafür ganz kurz meinen Bildschirm. Und ihr müsst euch das einfach mal angucken für jeden, der Smart Money tradet. Wenn wir hier bei Charly del Sol in seinen Recorded Sessions sind, auf seinen Favorite Sessions sind, kommt gleich wahrscheinlich anmelden, oder? Ja, perfekt, geht. Und dann hier mal runter scrollen und uns seine Rundowns angucken. Dann guckt euch das einfach mal an. Wir fangen hier oben an. 1:310er Risk-Reward-Ratio. 1:50er Live-Tips about the Trading Weekends. 1:181, 1:10, 1:16, 1:160, 1:50, 1:20, 1:34, 1:50 und es geht so weiter. 39, 39, hier auch um die 30 rum. 25, 30, 10, 16, 30. Das ist völlig verrückt, was der Typ macht. Und ich gucke seit Wochen wirklich ihn, seit 1,5, 2 Monaten durchgehend ihn. Ich finde diesen Typen absolut sympathisch. Er ist ein absolut krasser Trader und ich finde, man kann so unglaublich von ihm lernen. Und deswegen bin ich unglaublich blessed, dass wir ihn hier heute auf diesem Call haben. Ich bin unglaublich blessed, dass er sich für uns die Zeit nimmt, weil das ist einfach absolut krass. Ohne Witz, so wie er tradet, der Typ, ist egal. Der macht einen Trade und der hat für sein Jahr ausgesorgt. Der setzt einen Trade und der kann das restliche Jahr kann der da sitzen, die Füße hochlegen, chillen, Kokosnüsse schlürfen, was weiß ich. Und das ist völlig verrückt, dass er dann trotzdem den Input gibt auf Golive und auch den Input uns heute hier gibt und hier mit dabei ist. Das ist wirklich, wirklich heftig. Weil dieser Typ 5-mal die Woche live, der hat komplettes Bootcamp, wo es um Sachen Krypto allgemein geht, wo es um seine Strategieerklärung im Bereich Smart Money geht. Er tradet hauptsächlich Smart Money im Kryptobereich. Du kannst diese Strategie aber genauso gut auf den Forex-Bereich anwenden. Ich trade seine Strategie komplett auf den Forex-Bereich. Es war schon davor, es war sehr ähnlich zu dem, was ich im Allgemeinen getradet habe. Und ich habe es dann durch ihn noch ein bisschen angepasst, durch ihn noch ein bisschen umgeändert und es läuft einfach Bombe. Es ist unglaublich, es ist wirklich Hammer. Und wie gesagt, egal ob Forex oder DCX, genauso macht er Scalper-Erklärungen, genauso erklärt er allgemein im Kryptobereich über alle möglichen Dinge was. Also der Typ ist wirklich Hammer. Ich kann jedem nur empfehlen, der ein Krypto-Paket hat, schaut bei ihm mal rein, schaut bei ihm mal vorbei. Und dann noch eine Sache will ich sagen, und zwar bei jedem Special Guest, den wir da haben, sage ich das eigentlich und deswegen hätte ich auch gerne, dass ihr das wieder tut. Ich meine, wir sind jetzt hier gerade 50 Leute auf dem Call. Geht einfach mal nach diesem Call auf sein Social Media, auf sein Instagram, schreibt ihm eine Nachricht, lasst ihm ein bisschen Liebe für diesen Call da. Wie gesagt, weil das ist absolut nicht selbstverständlich und dann will ich einfach, dass wir ein bisschen was zurückgeben. Ich will, dass wir ein bisschen was zurückgeben, dass wir ihm ein bisschen zeigen, warum er auf solche Calls kommt, weil ich weiß nicht, ob ihr es kennt als Speaker, wenn ihr danach, und wenn es nur eine Nachricht ist, kriegt von irgendjemand, der zu euch sagt, hey, der Call war krass, mega, dass du da warst, vielen, vielen Dank. Das ist so ein absolutes Blessing. Und wenn er nur von 30 Leuten hier auf diesem Call eine Nachricht kriegt, dann reicht das schon absolut, weil dann ist das wirklich, wirklich heftig. So, ich glaube, ich habe genug Edifying in Deutsch gemacht, deswegen werde ich jetzt nicht mehr viel auf Englisch sagen. Mr. Charly del Sol ist schon hier. Genau, deswegen switche ich jetzt ins Englische. Charlie, it's a pleasure for us to have you here on this call. I already did the edifying in German, so I think much I don't have to say anymore. I will let you all the time. It's been a pleasure for us. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the time. I give you the co-host, so you can share your screen, unmute yourself. So the time is yours. Let's go.
Yo, what's good, brother? It's a pleasure to be here, my man. And also, I'm very grateful, guys, for all the people that is here today on this room. I just finished today's Go Lives. We did the Go Live in Spanish, the Go Live in English. We have DCX Futures tonight. And basically, we are in the flow state right now with all of you literally day by day doing the live analysis and go live and all that stuff. So with that being said, family, for all the people that you don't know me, my name is Charly also. I'm from Madrid, Spain, and basically I have been trading since December 2017. I started when I was I was 18 years old. I was basically doing my high degree on lab in Madrid to do like, things with PCRs and all that stuff. And I basically was the guy who wanted to study biology. The notes on the bachelor were not high enough, and I ended on a degree that I didn't like, right? Back in 2017, I started doing something regarding crypto exchanges, something regarding ICOs, airdrops, and all that stuff, just entering into the world of crypto. And I started doing, some research regarding trading, right? Back in May of 2018, I started in I Am Master Academy. A friend that I was recording, basically I had a home studio back in my mama's house when I was living with her. I had like a home studio in the room, and all the people in my neighborhood and then in Madrid came every single morning from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. to record songs. I was, doing the beats, producing, mixing, everything and all that stuff. And that was like my first touch with the entrepreneurship. Right there, I started, getting some money and realizing that you can actually do things by yourself. And in that time, one friend that I started recording and doing some beats and, working some songs, he entered one day smoking weed in my house, in my mama's house. And I said, what is wrong with this guy? I barely know him, and he's doing this in my house. What you doing, brother? And, he had a good vibe. We just started doing some works and all that stuff. And eventually, this is funny, eventually, that guy told me, Charly, brother, you have a good attitude for the business that I'm doing. And I started, okay, in the best of the cases, that's a legal business, right? I mean, that was funny. And in that time, he told me, yeah, brother, I'm doing Forex. I'm doing Forex. In that time, I thought that Forex was a brand of microphones, right? So you can imagine the misunderstanding and missing of the lack of knowledge that I had with the industry, right? So I said, okay, brother, I don't know what is Forex. I did a little bit of crypto. I started looking into some exchanges. I know what support and resistance is, but I don't know nothing. He told me, no, brother, this is an academy, all that stuff. Boom, I entered May 2018. Also, the first contact that I had with technical analysis was with a guy that worked in a hedge fund. I was drinking a beer with him in a bar, and he started drawing in a piece of paper something regarding supports and resistance, right? I didn't know nothing. So I was feeling like Jordan Belfort about to enter in freaking Wall Street, right? And he told me, yo, Charly, you should be very grateful for the information that I'm giving to you right now, because I'm charging a lot of money for this information. And he was explaining to me support and resistance, right? So, now I laugh, but, at that time I was freaking out like, bro, this is the real information that I need. That was before that other homie presented to me, I am, right? So, just telling to you the crazy story that we all have, right? I'm sure that all of you guys have your own story that you will tell to other people in the future. But I'm telling you this to let you know that I'm a normal guy, right? I'm from a neighborhood in Madrid, and that neighborhood is known in Madrid for the parties that they have there, right? So you can understand that I'm not from correct. I'm not from, a big family with a lot of money or from a good neighborhood and all that stuff, right? I'm from a normal neighborhood like a lot of you guys are also. And basically, guys, you just have to understand that all the people that you're seeing on the stages, on the events, on the Zoom calls, and everywhere are just normal people like you, right? They start somewhere. They started thinking that Forex was a brand of microphones, or Forex was a brand of something for cleaning the house or whatever. I don't know what you thought that Forex was, right? But I'm sure that all of you guys start from zero also, the same as us. So when you see a chairman, when you see an educator and all that stuff, you know that they also start from zero. We also start with a mentor knowing nothing, right? So that's the first thing. And now, guys, I was talking with Yannick about some points to treat today on the call. And I have some slides right now that I'm going to share. But after that, I will get into the charts also. And then at the end of the call, I would like to also do some Q&A with you guys, because this is a 52 call right now. So we are a reduced group. So I would like to have like a personal treat with you guys. And in case that you have some question regarding your process, regarding trading, personal development, or whatever, I would like to go over those questions, because, you know, the best way to learn, you have a lot of ways to learn, right? You have events, audiobooks, podcasts, you have events, you have go lives, you have Zoom calls, you have a lot of things. But the best way that you can use to learn really is with questions, right? If you ask to a person with results, because everybody that you see on the stages on Golive and all that stuff already has the result, right? I'm living from this thing like 3 or 4 years ago. So we already have the results, right? If you ask specific questions to the persons that you are learning from, you will have a specific answer for the moment that you are going through in your process. And that's the best thing you can have. Everything I did in my process was asking to mentors specific things in my process. In that way, I don't have generic information. I have a specific information that I can use after the call, right? And I always like to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you don't have nothing. So if you don't have a plan right now, you can tell me your situation at the end of the call in the chat box, and we can do like a quick plan today on the session, on this call, right? So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have notes. Note takers are money makers, and basically all of this stuff is going to be maybe quite basic for some of you, maybe like it's going to blow your head for the new people. So whatever the case may be, you have to take notes anyways, because you take advantage through repetition, right? When you were taught, when you were a kid, your parents or whoever taught you to lace your shoes, you didn't know nothing, right? But now with time, after lacing your shoes one time and another time and another time and another time, you're lacing your shoes while you grab the keys, while you are calling somebody to the phone, while you're putting a trade on the MetaTrader. You're doing it like, you know, doing a lot of things at the same time. The same thing is with trading. The same thing is with personal development and with making money, right? So all the basics have to be mastered, right? And that's the most important thing also. So let's just start with this thing, right? As you guys can see, I love the black color. Also, I like the black color for the presentations. So you have to get used to that if you're going to learn from me, is in that way. But let's go over the first point. Why crypto trading and smart money? I mean, when I started with Forex, right? When I started in IM, studying support resistance, trend lines, fib retracement, and all that stuff, I started with Forex. Right, I did crypto in the beginning, but it wasn't, you know, with actual trading. Right, when I started with trading education, like 100%, that was with Forex. And one thing that, you know, I didn't like about Forex, I trade Forex nowadays, right? But back in the day, one thing that I didn't like was, you know, having to manage a lot of pairs, because that was what I was seeing in other people. You can trade Forex without having to look at 10 pairs, obviously. But my lack of knowledge in the beginning made me to stay away from Forex, because I was seeing that everyone that traded Forex was looking at a lot of pairs. They were buying USD, then selling GBP CAD. Then they were looking at gold. Then they were looking at the DXY at the opening of the New York session. Then you have news with the AUD. I mean, that was a madness for me. And I said, bro, I want simplicity, right? I want simplicity. And one thing that made me to realize with the months and years in this trading career is that trading is as complex or as simple as you want to do it. Trading is as complex or as simple as you want it to do it, right? You can trade Forex or crypto, whatever, with 5 screens, with 10 indicators. You can look at a lot of pairs, have another screen with the news. You can trade a lot of accounts, right? You can do trading real hard if you want, but you can also make trading very simple. You can focus on one pair, on one schedule, on one trading session with no indicators, a simple strategy. And if you want, just 1 or 2 screens. You don't have to have like 6 screens in your setup, right? So as the trading will be as much complex or simple as you want to do it, right? That's the most important thing. So you have to make things simple. My strategy maybe is a little bit complex for new people, but with time, you will see that it's extremely simple. No indicators, raw price action, and looking for good risk to reward ratios. We're going to join in that in a second. But, you know, make things simple. Now, one thing, that's the main thing that with time I realized that I like from crypto trading is the volatility. And I say with time because when I started with crypto, they said, no, Bitcoin moves a lot more pips than, you know, CHF, right? I mean, a lot of people said that. And I realized that, you know, pips doesn't have to do nothing because at the end of the day, risk to reward is what matters. You can have a trade with your USD of 1 pip of invalidation and then look for 10 pips of exit, and you have a 1 to 10 risk to reward, and you will earn more money than the guy that is trading a buy of Bitcoin with 300 pips of stop loss and 300 pips of exit, right? That's a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So pips at the end of the day doesn't have to do a lot of things, right? The most key fact is the risk to reward ratio. When I say volatility, is the big movements that we see with crypto. And if you guys are seeing my go lives, you know what I'm talking about, right? But with Euro USD, for example, because I trade also Euro USD in my day-to-day basis at the same time as Bitcoin. But with Euro USD, you barely find some 1 to 100 risk to reward, 1 to 200 risk to reward, 1 to 300 risk to reward. You barely find those trades. With Bitcoin, back in the couple months ago, like April, May, and June, we had couple 1 to 100s, couple 1 to 200s, and we had, in my case, the personal record, it was a 1 to 310 in 39 days. That was a massive risk to reward. So it is basically regarding the volatility that the price has. And we are not talking about pips. We're talking about risk to reward ratio. And that's a very important fact when it comes to pick up the asset that you're going to trade, right? And in this case, what I have in my head to trade crypto over everything is the volatility that it has when it comes to make the expansion moves in favor of the trend, right? Then the bonuses is just 1 pair. Like I said, I didn't like back in the day Forex because I had to keep the eye on a lot of pairs. When I started doing crypto, I saw that I had an extremely positive correlation between the pairs. When I started, I was, for example, buying Bitcoin and selling Ethereum. You can guess that one of those 2 positions were to the stop loss straight, right? Because they have positive correlations, right? But when it comes to crypto, you have the same movement in Bitcoin, potentially is going to be the same movement on Ethereum. So I said, why should I have to trade a lot of pairs if they all are going to do the same thing? So I said, okay, let's go only with Bitcoin and stick to Bitcoin 100%. In that way, what did I get? I had simplicity. That's what I'm looking for with trading. So boom, right there we have a bonus. Second bonus, always open, right? That's also one of the most important things when it comes to trading crypto. Not only because I like to trade on the weekends, because honestly, I don't like to trade on the weekends, right? I am in the London, New York session from Monday to Friday. I don't want to be on the weekends in front of the laptop, right? From Monday to Friday, I have my gym, my New York and London session, my Golives, my meals, my MMA. I have all that stuff. On weekends, I like to have a little bit of space to breathe a little bit, right? So I don't want to trade on weekends. What I like about crypto is that you can actually do a lot of things besides trading in that market. So that's also a bonus. With Bitcoin, you can do portfolio, you can scalp, you can trade futures, you can have swing trades, you can have a long-term, mid-term, or short-term position. You can also benefit from all the benefits to pay and send money through crypto. You can do a lot of things. So I said, okay, if I can do everything with one pair, with Bitcoin in this case, why should I do other stuff, right? We're going to join also in why do I trade also your USD. But after that, another bonus is flexibility with platforms. Like I said, the flexibility of saying, okay, I'm going to send the balance from this platform straight to this other platform to trade from MT4 to futures. Then I want to withdraw to my MetaMask. Then I want to put some money into this liquidity pool on Uniswap. Then I want to withdraw to my DeFi debit card so I can pay with some for something else. Right? You have a lot of flexibility to move your money, and that's practically instant. When you withdraw from a broker, it can have a couple hours or even a couple days if you are on a weekend or in a bank holiday. So I said, okay, this has literally everything, right? So this is the first slide, guys. Put 111 in the chat box if you're following me. All right, perfect. So let's keep going. Now, find your strategy. I mean, when I say you have to look for good risk reward and all that stuff, we're going to go over that right now. But when I say that I got the 1 to 310, we have a lot of 1 to 10s every single month, like 1 to 10 every single week, right? That's how the strategy works. Minimum a 1 to 10 every single week. And we're not talking about taking taking just the 10% of the total volume in the 1 to 10 and taking practically everything in a 1 to 3. We're talking about getting the 80% of the total volume in a 1 to 10. If you risk 1% per trade, you can do the maths, right? So that's how my strategy works. But it doesn't mean that it's the best strategy in the world, because maybe for you, it doesn't work. Maybe for you, you don't like to be all day long, all the London session in the 1 minute time frame. Maybe you don't like it. So this is so true. 90% of the strategies work. What really fails is a trader. I know, believe me, I know a lot of people who look only for a 1 to 1.5 or a 1 to 2, and they are extremely profitable. I know a lot of people that look for the 1 to 2 and they are not profitable. I know people that look for a 1 to 10 and they are extremely profitable, like me. Or they look for a 1 to 10 and they are not profitable, right? So it's not the strategy at all, it's the trader. It's how many hours of practice you put every single day on mastering your craft. Because a lot of people think that trading is showing up into the London session, 8 a.m., analyze the market, and then read all day long, or scrolling down through Instagram, or listening to some podcast. And if something happens, you get the trade. That's not trading, friends. That's not trading. Trading is actually showing up to the chart and do your documentation of the trading journal and the and journal also all the trades. Let me put an example. So I'm going to show you what trading really is. Like I said, trading is not only showing up to the chart. Trading is have your Google Docs and put, for example, Monday, August 14th. The price breaks the higher low in the 1 hour, but we are inside of the accumulation. Boom, a screenshot. The range, the Asia range was accumulating liquidity, and in the pre-London, it took the Asia low. Boom, a screenshot. We are on Wednesday, and I already have 31 pages of this week. Right? A lot of you guys think that trading is just showing up to the charts. It isn't. Right? It is actually documenting every single movement that makes you to edit the drawings in your chart into a Google Docs. Why? This is going to make you to be way more focused in your trading session. How many times you have been waiting for a trade into a London session? Maybe you were playing some freaking chess into the other screen and you missed a trade. Or you were scrolling down through Instagram, or you were looking, you were listening to Luke Belmar's podcast. I don't know what you were doing, but you missed trades like every single human. Maybe you were procrastinating somehow, but this is going to help you to be in flow state a lot more in your trading session. Believe me, try that. Also, you are collecting data. One of the things that made me to take my quantum leap is collecting data from my positions. Why is that? Now I can go to the month of May and see what happened on the May 13th and see what my eyes saw in that specific day. Why I didn't take a trade, why I hit a 113, why I hit a stop loss. What happened? Right? If you're just, analyzing because you like the candles, I mean, it doesn't make sense. You're not working. You're not hustling. In trading, you have to work hard. If you're just showing up to the charts, you're not working hard. Make sense? So this has to be done every single day. Now, if you put a trade, you go to your Google Sheets, and you have right here your date, pair, time, direction, negative points about the setup, result, explanation of the trade, the lesson that the trade left, maybe you learned something from the trade, and the link of the analysis. In that way, you have everything in a file, in a document that you can go over at the end of the week or at the end of the month. And you can go over all the trades that you had in that week or you had in that month, and you can actually study yourself, all the mistakes that you had, all the lessons that you learned through the week and the month, right? So the thing is not the strategy. Going back to the slides, the thing is not the strategy that you are doing. The thing is not the educator that you are following, right? Because all the educators on Golive, we all have everything setting up, right? We know how to trade. We have our accounts. We have everything. So you don't have to say, okay, which one is better? It's not like that. Which strategy you like the most? Once you pick up a strategy, you can actually go for it and stick to that strategy. And don't be like a bunny trader. Right? What is a bunny trader? A trader that is jumping from strategy to strategy, right? It doesn't work. Believe me. I did that for like a 1 year straight in the beginning. It doesn't work. Maybe now you go with my strategy, then you go with Nick's strategy, then you go with, I don't know, Rock Kummer strategies. Maybe then you go with Cedric. You're jumping from strategy to strategy, and then the progress is, guess what? 0. But if you stick to a strategy, you do your documentation, you do your trading journal, you document all the positions that you take. Every single week, you go over all the trades that you did over the week. Every single month, you go through all the trades that you did all the month. You do all your back testing. It means that you practice the strategy in the months in the past. The biggest quantum leap that I had in my trading career was when I did at least 4 hours of back testing every single day for 4 months. Some days I did 4 hours, other days I did 10 hours. Other days, everything I did was wake up, cup of coffee, back testing, gym, back testing, take a walk, sleep. That was everything. That was literally everything. So maybe for you, you don't like to do all that work and all that stuff. That's perfect. I'm not saying that if you don't do 10 hours of back testing every single day, you're not going to earn nothing, right? Obviously you can. I don't have the complete truth, right? I don't have the complete truth. I'm just telling to you what worked for me, right? So you can apply this or you can try other stuff. But everything I can tell you is that trading is one of the professions that will take you the most amount of time to start doing things by your own, but also is the profession that will give you the most amount of freedom. So it's worth it, believe me, right? Now, the stop loss are part of the game. This is a good one. This board at the beginning was misunderstood by me, right? In the beginning, I had like a balance of risk and win rate, right? The risk to reward and the win rate, the accuracy. My thought process in the beginning was, okay, if I want to have a good risk to reward, I have to have a low win rate, a low accuracy. And if I want to have a high win rate, a high accuracy, I must have a low risk to reward. That was my thought process in the beginning. But then with the time, I learned that you can have a very high risk to reward ratio with a high win rate. Obviously, that takes time. It is not from night to the next day, right? It is no an overnight, success or result. It is going to take time to have a high risk to reward and also high win rate. But you can have both. And that's when you're going to have the biggest result in your trading career. So the best tip I can give to you is try to have a strategy with a very good risk to reward. It doesn't have to be a 1 to 10 like me and all my students that we look for a 1 to 10 at least for the first TP, right? You can have like a 1 to 3, 1 to 5, and then look for a runner if it is. But don't look for low risk to reward ratios in all your trades. For example, in DCX futures, we look for lower risk to rewards. For example, we look for 1 to 1, 1 to 2, or 1 to 3 because the timing is not the perfect. Sometimes we enter after the movement because the session starts at 3 p.m. or 11 p.m. So we have to readapt the strategy. But if it is in your day-to-day basis, like you're waking up and you sit in front of the laptop in the London session or New York session, try to have a nice risk to reward. Master your craft to have a high win rate. Work on this the same way that you worked when you were a kid, lacing your shoes, that you were doing it like a lot of times a day. Do that right now with trading so you can actually master the skill set and you can have a bigger win rate. As soon as you have the good risk to reward, the win rate will come with the time. The win rate that I have right now is not the same win rate that I had like years ago. Obviously, it is going to improve with time. But the good thing is that you have the mentors, you have the strategy, and you have everything ready to start working on the risk to reward, and then with time, work on the win rate. So stop losses are part of the game, right? Obviously, I have stop losses, I have take profits, but looking for the 1 to 10 as TP1, obviously, the profit window that you will have is much bigger. So even if you're starting and your win rate is very low, maybe at 20%, if you're looking for the 1 to 10 with the good strategy, obviously you're going to be still profitable, maybe not a lot, but you're going to be still profitable, right? And then with time, improve that win rate. Now, this is the last point, and I love this one. Is trading psychology real? This is a good one. Because like it says right here, emotions are important until they are not. I love this one. Because when we start, we see a lot of people talking about trading psychology. We see a lot of people talking about books, about personal development, about not having the fear of losing, not doing revenge trading. Work on your mindset. I see people selling courses of trading psychology, and I'm saying, yo, what is this? Let me tell you this. You want the secret for trading psychology? Put a 1 in the chat box if you want the secret for trading psychology. Okay, I see some ones. Okay. The secret for trading psychology is risk management. And this is funny. In the events, a lot of people say, Charly, bro, nice to meet you. I'm from, I don't know, from Netherlands. I came here to the event, all the stuff, blah, blah, blah. Bro, what is your best tip to improve my trading psychology? One day in an event in Spain, I asked to that guy, brother, how much are you risking per trade? Can you guess what that guy told me? That guy told me, I don't know. Can you believe that a person that doesn't even know how much is risking per trade is going to have a good psychology? That guy is not trading. That guy is betting, right? It is just throwing money to the market, right? Gambling. Thanks, bro. It is just throwing money to the market. It is burning freaking, bills every single time that it throws money to the market, right? So first point for trading psychology is that you actually know how much money you're going to risk. That's the first point. Now, second point, second key to trading psychology. Always risk the same amount of money in every single trade. Okay? Now, obviously, the third point, don't risk money that you are not willing to lose. So those 3 rules are the most important for trading psychology. Now, another event, because I have a lot of stories from events, right? Believe me. Another event, there was in Madrid. Another guy asked me, again, tips for trading psychology. I asked to that guy, how much are you risking? I always start with the same question. How much are you risking? That guy tells me 1%. Perfect. We'll start good. At least you're not over leveraging, right? Now, 1% is a good percentage to risk. That's perfect, right? I do 1%. But if you're having emotions with a 1% of the account, I don't care if that's a $100 account, 100,000, 100 million, I don't care. If you have emotions with 1% of the account, it doesn't matter the size of the balance. It means that you have to risk less until your mind starts to get used to that amount of money. So you can see right here that everything regarding trading psychology, is linked, is attached to the amount of money that you are risking. Because obviously you don't have emotions because of the trend line that you are drawing in the chart. You don't have emotions because of the Fibonacci retracement that you are throwing into the candles. You don't have emotions with that. You have emotions with the money. You have the emotion attached to the money. So we have to fix that in the first place. So if you have emotions with 1%, believe me, start with 0.05% of the account per trade. You know what? The amount of money that you will lose or you will earn is that small that you will not care about the result of the trade. And ta-da, you have the feelings of a profitable trader, of not caring about the result of the trade. So now, boom, you're getting the experience of a profitable trader that can throw 1% of the account in a trade and doesn't care about the result, about the outcome of that position. As simple as that. So obviously you're not going to be all your life in 0.05%, right? You can be like 1 week or 1 month or the time that you want, right? Risking that percentage. Now, once you are getting used to that percentage, you can go to 0.25, for example. And risking more doesn't mean that you will earn more. I know 8-figure traders that they do like 0.10% of risk, right? And they get a lot of money. So risking more doesn't mean earning more. It is about getting more money into the balance of the account, right? That's the key. Not more risk, is more money under management. So you don't have to have the focus of risking more. You just have to be finding your sweet spot regarding the percentage. Maybe it's 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, or 1%, whatever. Find your sweet spot. But if you're having emotions, if your trading psychology is fucked up, first of all, know how much money you're risking. Use a risk calculator. Second, always, and I say always, use the same amount of risk per trade. Third, risk money that you're willing to lose. If you have emotions with your actual risk of the account, lower to 0.05, and then start to find your sweet spot with the risk management. So obviously, another point is the personal development, right? Trading psychology is not only risk management, also comes into play the personal development of the trader. In the industry of money, you will not earn money with bad money patterns. Does it make sense? In the industry of money, you will not make money with bad patterns about money, right? So you have to work on that. You have to work on your mindset with books, with audios, with podcasts, with habits, routines, right? With mentors. You have to create an environment that really helps you to grow, not only with mentors through books and podcasts, but also with like-minded individuals that are in the same mission as you to be financially free, because that's the only way to escape the system, straight up, right? So with that being said, guys, it is 47. All right, we can do like 2 questions, right? 2 questions. You can open the microphone, you can type in the chat box, whatever, right? And 2 questions, and we are out. So if you have a question about, trading, psychology, personal development, about the charts or whatever, you can throw the question into the chat box and we can go over it right now. Like I said, 2 questions, no more. Okay. If you guys don't know English perfectly, you can put it in German, and Janek will translate it. Okay. So, do you have tips how to deal with information overload? All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, information overload comes with a lot of intensive courses, right? So one bad pattern in trading is study more and you will earn more, right? That's something that we believe in the beginning, right? And that's completely the opposite. Study just one thing, become a master on that thing, and then you can be an expert in the trading space. But you don't have to study 5 different strategies and apply those 5 different strategies into the market, right? The best thing you can do is simplify everything. Learn just one strategy. With one strategy, you can make a living. With just one trading session, you can make a living. With just one pair, you can make a living. With just one good trade a week, you can make a living. So simplify everything. One strategy, one trading session, one pair, one trade a week. I mean, what else you want, right? What else you want? That's the best tip I can give you guys. Simplify everything. And information overload comes with wanting to know everything about all the strategies, all the educators. I had been there. Back in the beginning, I was studying educators in Spanish, educators in English, educators of Fibonacci, market structure, smart money concepts, scalping, intraday. I was studying everything because I wanted to learn. But also we didn't have like solid mentors back in the day. But now, guys, it doesn't matter. The educator that you enter in Golive, you're going to learn something with a solid system, right? For example, right now, if you enter on my Golive channel, and you go to my favorite sessions section, you have the intensive course and you have the advanced course, right? So you have literally everything, guys, to go from 0 to 100, from basics to master level regarding market structure, risk reward, good accuracy, and also simplicity in your training. You have literally everything here, guys. So when it comes to information overload, everything I can say is study one strategy and then become a master of that strategy. We cannot recommend brokers, brother, and any other platforms or whatever. So everything you have to do is look for them. They are, and then, you know, do your own research. That's the best thing I can tell you. So with that being said, guys, it was a pleasure to be here. I hope to see you guys in Croatia, in Zagreb. What keeps the fire inside you burning? Boxing. No, I'm kidding. Bro, I want to help people to have a good trading journey. I mean, if you saw my trading journey, it was fucked up, for real. I was so lost that I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a clear step-by-step guide. I didn't have nothing. So now that we all have the result, my main focus is, okay, how can we build the best blueprint for the people to follow so they can have a shorter, easier, and more simple process than the one that I had, right? Then obviously when we go to the events and we see that people actually having results, that's what keeps the fire inside of us, right? So with that being said, guys, hope to see you guys in Croatia. If you see me there, we can have a talk, we can have a mastermind, we can have a Q&A, whatever you guys want. I'm all yours. In the events, I'm all yours, right? So we can have a good time together. See you guys there and have a nice rest of the month until we get to Croatia. Let's get it, family.
Verrückt. Crazy. Crazy. Thanks, Charlie, for everything. Thank you for your time. Leute, was soll ich dazu sagen? Es war einfach krass. Ich feiere diesen Typen unnormal. Ich hoffe, ihr habt so ein bisschen verstanden, warum ich den so krass finde. Ich hoffe, es kam so ein bisschen rüber. Ich kann jedem nur empfehlen, guckt auf seinen Go-Live-Sessions vorbei. Der Typ, sein Englisch ist aus meiner Sicht unglaublich gut zu verstehen, wie ihr gerade gemerkt habt. Er bringt absolut krasse Informationen. Er tradet absolut eine kranke Strategie. Man kann ihm unglaublich gut folgen. Man kann unglaublich gut mit ihm zusammen traden. Wie gesagt, für mich gerade mit der beste Golive Educator, den ich zurzeit gucke. Das ist einfach heftig. Die ganzen Informationen, die er heute mitgegeben hat, krass. Viele Dinge, muss ich sagen, wusste ich, hatte ich schon gehört und so weiter und so fort. Und trotzdem hat mir dieser Call auf viele Dinge, auf viele Sachen einen neuen Blick gegeben, eine neue Sichtweise gegeben, das einfach ein bisschen anders zu sehen. Ich bin unglaublich dankbar für seine Zeit. Ich bin unglaublich dankbar für euch alle, dass ihr auf diesem Call wart. Ich will es gar nicht mehr so in die Länge rausziehen. Wir werden diesen Call in den nächsten Tagen natürlich auf YouTube hochladen und ich kann jedem nur empfehlen, das Ganze nochmal anzugucken. Mit den Worten, schreibt dem Typen nochmal auf Instagram, lasst da einfach ein bisschen Liebe da, zeigt ihm, wie cool ihr diesen Call fandet. Und mit den Worten würde ich sagen, sehen wir uns nächsten Montag. Haut rein, macht's gut, ciao, ciao.